Ay muli magandang araw po sa ating lahat. So ayan, nagbabalikan naman tayo sa ating paghahanda sa Pagiging Lingkod Bayan 3 Free Civil Service Examination Review Program ng Smile Taytay Training Institute under po ng Local Government Unit of Taytay. And once again, tayo po ay nasa numerical ability part po ng inyong review. And ako nga po pala ulit, si Sir Arvin Bautista, ang inyong pong lecturer. So, last time, ano bang diniscuss natin dun sa last video? We've already discussed about the basic statistics, yung percentage increase, percentage decrease. Okay? So, we are already down or already done with the two videos out of four para po sa ating session number 2 or set 2 ng videos niyo po. So ngayon, for the set 2, video 3, we'll be discussing na, alam ko, if I'm not mistaken, nagkaroon na ako ng pahapyaw regarding sa probability. Ngayon, mas bibigyan ko kayo, mas papalalimin natin si probability. Bibigyan ko pa kayo ng ibang mga problems na isa-solve natin for probabilities ng sabay-sabay. Then, we'll go with the simple interest, the markup, and the discount. So, ayan, medyo business math naman yung atake natin. Okay, mamaya. So, after the probability. So, let's start na para tayo makarami. So, ayun lang po pala, paalala lang po ulit. I encourage everyone listening to this podcast, in the joke lang, everyone listening, and sa lahat po na nagre-review na, kapag may mga pinapasolve po ako, try your best po na mag-solve. Kung kailangan i-pause yung video, you pause the video and refrain from using calculator. Kasi pagdating po sa inyong exam, hindi po kayo pwedeng gumamit ng calculator. So, mas okay na ngayon, try na natin. Okay po? If you may naririnig po kayo na konting music, ganyan, ayun, pasensya na. Pero I'll make sure na mas rinig ang boses ko kaysa yung kumakanta. Okay po? So, ngayon, for the probability, we have what we call the simple probability. It is a likelihood of a single event occurring. So, dito, alam ko na ibigay ko na to, if I'm not mistaken. Okay? So, ayan. So, dito, ang sabi lang naman sa atin, yung simple probability or yung probability of A is an event. This is an event is equal to the number of favorable outcomes. Ilan ba yung pasok doon sa event na gusto mo mangyari? And ilan yung total possible outcomes. Okay? So, example, you are rolling a die. Then, inahanap mo anong probability na maging even yung lalabas doon sa die. Okay? So, una, alamin mo muna ano ba ang total number of outcomes na meron ka. Total number of outcomes mo ay 6. Ano yung 6 na yon? Di ba yun si 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yan lang naman kasi yung 6 na yan ang pwedeng lumabas sa isang die. Okay? So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Ang tanong, ano dito yung even? We have 2, we have 4, and we have 6. So, ilan ang favorable outcomes dun sa even? So, we have 3. So, the probability that an even number ang lalabas kapag nag-roll ka ng die is 3 over 6. Or, sabi nga natin, lagi nakasimplify pagdating sa math. So, that is equal to 1/2. Okay? So, ganun lang po siya. Mahalaga lang dito, maging tama yung ating pagbibilang ng number of possible outcomes. Okay? Kasi doon tayo possible na magkaroon ng problema. Next one. Ito, example. A box contains 7 red balls, 4 blue balls, and 8 green balls. If one ball is drawn at a random, what is the probability that it is blue? We are finding that the probability of a blue ball. Ilan ba ang ating total outcome? Dito meron daw tayong 7 balls, meron tayong 4 blue balls, and 8 green balls. So, add mo lang yan. 7 plus 4 plus 8. Oh. 7 plus 4, 11. Tama? Plus 8, 19. So, this one, 19, dito sa baba. Ito yung total number of outcomes. Ilan ang favorable sa blue? Ilan ba ang blue? We only have 4. blue balls. So our answer for the probability of getting a blue ball out of the 7 red balls, the 4 blue balls, and the 8 green balls is 4 over 19. Okay? So 4 over 19, wala namang number na divisible si 4 and si 19 at the same time bukod kay 1. Okay? So, okay na yun. That would be our answer. Okay? I hope nakuha nyo rin po yung tamang sagot. Next one. A bag contains tiles with the letters of the word Philippines. If you pick one tile at a random, what is the probability that it is a vowel? Okay? What is the probability that it will be a vowel? O ano muna ang vowel, ano ang consonant? Pag sinabing vowels, di ba ito yung a, e, i, o, u. Di ba? Yang limang yan, those are vowels. So ano daw ang probability na vowels ang makukuha kapag may bag na nagko-contain ng tiles with the letters of Philippines? So imagine naglalaro ka ng, anong tawag doon? Anong tawag doon? Basta yung word game na yon. Diyos ko, di ko maalala. Oh my God. Basta yun po. Alam niyo naman kung ano yung inaano ko, di ba? Yung sinasabi ko. Sorry na. Sige, pag naisip ko, banggitin ko na lang randomly mamaya. So ngayon, anong probability na vowels ang makukuha? Una, ilan muna ang letters sa alphabet or ilan letters muna meron sa Philippines? We have P, H, I, L, I, P, P, I, N, E, S. So that is a total of 11. Sir, 11 po ba talaga? Or hindi natin isasama yung may mga duplicate? Isasama ba yung may mga duplicate or hindi? Isasama po natin. Okay? Kasi wala naman sinabi sa um, wala namang rule na binigay doon sa problem na hindi kasama yung mga nag-repeat na letters. So, 11. Ang tanong, sa word na Philippines, ilan ba ang vowels? Oh, we have here I, we have another I, we have another I, and we have an E. So, we have 4. So, that is 4 over 11. Yung probability na makakakuha ka ng vowel out of a bag that contains the tiles with the letter of the word Philippines. Okay? So, ayan. Basic lang. Pero yun lang, minsan kasi kapag nandun na sa exam, nakakalimutan sa lahat ng dami niya review, wala sa isip. Okay pa? Next one. Oh. In a standard deck of 52 playing cards, what is the probability of drawing a king or an ace? Okay? Ano ba ang probability of drawing a king or an ace? Okay? So dito, kung mapapansin, hindi na tayo simple probability. Okay? So hindi na siya basta simple probability na lang. Bakit po? Kasi po, okay, we have here na either nagkakaroon na siya ng either or, okay? Nagkakaroon na ng word na or. Okay? So, paano nga ba natin isosolve pag ganito na yung mga problema? So, pag ganito na po yung problema, ito po ay tinatawag na natin na compound events. Okay? So, dito, anong sinasabi? Compound events wherein independent when two events don't affect each other, like flipping a coin twice, you multiply their individual probabilities. Okay? Mutually exclusive events naman, these are events that cannot happen at the same time, like rolling a 2 and a 5 on a single die. You add their probabilities. Okay? So, let's have a problem. So, dito, pag sinabing an office drawer contains 8 black pens, 5 blue pens, and 7 red pens, if one pen is drawn or picked at random, what is the probability that it is either red are blue or red. Okay? So, ayan. Kung mapapansin, ang tinatanong na sa atin, hindi na lang isang bagay. Okay? Ang nangyayari na po dito, ang pinapahanap na sa atin na probability is either blue or red. Okay? Either blue or red na yung pinapahanap sa atin. So, ngayon, dito, paano gagawin po na atin? So, dito, alamin natin, ano muna yung probability ni blue at probability ni red? Probability of blue. Probability of blue, katulad ng ginagawa natin kanina, 5 blue pens. Ayun yung favorable sa kanya. Ilan ba ang total? We have 8 plus 5, 13, plus 7, that is 20. Tama po? So, we have 5 and 5 over 20. Ano naman ang probability ng red? O, ilan ang red? We have 7 red pens divided by 20. Kasi yun pa rin naman yun. Tama po? So, dito, anong gagawin natin? Ano na ang probability ng blue or red? Okay? B or R na lang. Huwag na natin buuin. Okay? So, etong dalawang to, being a blue and a red, okay, they are mutually exclusive events. Hindi naman pwedeng mangyari at the same time na blue siya and at the same time, red siya. Tama po? Okay? Or, ang pinaka-clue dito, pag nakita po kayo ng word na or. Okay? Ito yung or probability na tinatawag namin. Okay? Anong gagawin natin pag or probability? Sabi po kanina, balikan natin yung PowerPoint kanina. Sabi kanina, kapag mutually exclusive event, you add their probabilities. I-add lang daw po natin. Okay? So, we have here the probability of blue or red is equal to 5 over 20 plus 7 over 20. O, addition of fraction. Parehas naman yung denominator. So, madali lang. So, numerator plus numerator divided by the common denominator. So, 5 plus 7, that's 12 over 20. 12 and 20, they're both divisible by... Okay, pwedeng idaan mo muna sa 2. Pwede ring 4. Okay, either of 2. Kapag sa 2 mo na siya dinaan, magiging 6 over 10. Eh, yung 6 over 10, kaya pa ng 2. Kaya nga sabi natin, pwedeng gawing 4. Okay? So, 6 divided by 2, that is 3. 10 divided by 2, that is equal to 5. So, we have 3 over 5. So, probability of getting a blue or a red from that office drawer is 3 over 5. Very good. Okay, I hope nakuha natin. O dito, yung kaninang problema natin. In a standard deck of 52 playing cards, what is the probability of drawing a king or an ace? So, ano ba ang probability of getting a king? Ilang king meron sa 52 playing cards? Mayroong 4. Tama po? 4 over 52. Bakit 4 over 52? Siyempre, may king na heart, may king na diamond, may king na spade, at may king na... Ano isa? Spade. Spade, heart, diamond. Okay? Ano yung isa? Wait lang. Okay? Ano yung isa? Nakalimutan ko. Ayan, bilang hindi naglalaro ng cards. Okay, meron tayong hearts, diamonds, clubs. Ayun, clubs pala yung nakalimutan ko. And spade, so 4 siya. Ganon din kay ace. Si ace din, 4 din yan eh. Okay, so 4 over 52. So ngayon, what is the probability of a king or an ace? That would be equal to 4 plus 4, that would be 8 over 52. So, ang 8 over 52, they're both divisible by 4. 8 divided by 4, that is 2. 52 divided by 4, that would be equal to 13. So, we have 2 over 13 for the probability of getting a king or an ace. Okay? So, ayan po tayo. Let's now proceed to the next problem. Once again you try to solve it on your own para po magawa natin, matry natin. Okay? O, ito naman. A coin is tossed and a standard six-sided die is rolled. What is the probability of getting heads on the coin and a 5 on the die? Okay, ito naman yung tinatawag namin na end probability. Okay, kung kanina or probability, gumamit ng word na or, ito naman end naman po yung ginamit. Kapag or probability, kanina nag-add tayo. Ngayon naman, dahil ito po ay end probability, gagamit tayo ng multiplication. Bakit? Kapag end probability kasi students, doon po papasok si compound events. Okay? Doon sa problema natin kanina, rolling a die and tossing a coin yon. So, yung two events na yon hindi naman makaka-apekto doon sa isa. Tama? Na kapag ang nakuha mo dun sa tossing a coin ay heads, hindi naman nalilimitahan yung possible na lumabas sa, okay? Hindi naman nalilimitahan yung possible na lumabas dun sa die. Okay po? So, hindi nila naapektuhan yung isa at isa. Or, para mas madali, pag nakita kayo ng end, automatic, you multiply the probabilities. Okay? O, probability of getting a heads. Ano ba ang probability of getting a heads sa isang coin? O ilan ba ang option sa coin? Dalawa lang naman yung heads or tail. Ilan ang heads doon? Isa lang, so 1/2. Probability of getting a 5 in a die. O ilan ang total number of possibilities sa die? We have 6. Ilan ang 5 doon? Isa lang din po. Okay? So ngayon, ano ang probability of getting a head and a 5? So that would be 1/2 times 1 over 6, which is equal to, pag multiplication of fraction, numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. So 1 times 1, 1. 2 times 6, that is equal to 12. 1 over 12. Okay? So once again, or probabilities, okay? Gagamit po tayo ng addition. Kapag end probabilities naman, gagamit po tayo ng multiplication. Okay po? So, ganun lang naman siya. Let's have another example. A document pouch contains 12 red folders, 8 blue folders, and 5 green folders. If an administrative assistant randomly selects one folder to audit, what is the probability that the selected folder is either red or green? Anong clue word natin? Yung word na or. Okay? Probability of red would be equal to 12 over 12 plus 8, 20 plus 5, 25. Probability of green. That is equal to, ilan ang green? 5 over 25. O ngayon, ano ang probability of a red or a green? So, that would be equal to 12 over 25 plus 5 over 25, which is equal to 17 over 25. Okay? Meron po bang lowest term? Wala po, yan na yan. Malinaw? Ay, may choices pala. Okay, tingnan natin kung nasa choices. Okay, that's letter B, 17 over 25. Okay po? Next one. Ito may choices din. Labas muna natin yung choices. Okay? Dito, the probability of applicant A passing the civil service exam is 3 over 5, while the probability of applicant B passing the same exam is 2/3. If their chances are completely independent, yan na yung word natin, independent of each other, what is the probability that both applicants will pass the exam? Sir, ano to? And or probabilities. We have here the word both. So, pag sinabing both, isa lang ba o parehas sila? Pag sinabi natin both, parehas po sila. So, this is an and probability. Okay? So, for n probability, we simply multiply the chances. Okay? Or the probabilities. Ano ba ang probability of A passing? Ang binigay na dyan? 3 over 5. Probability of B passing is 2/3. So, probability of A and B, that would be 3 over 5 times 2 over 3. Di ba tinuruan ko kayo last time? Yung pwede tayong mag-cancel kapag multiplication para ano na agad natin, ma-simplify na agad yung sagot. numerator to denominator yung pagka-cancel, di ba? Hindi naman ibig sabihin kung sino yung katapat ni numerator na denominator, yun lang. Pwede yun sa crossover. So, dito, yung 3, tsaka yung 3, they're both divisible by 3. So, magiging 1, 1. So, that would be equals to 2 over 5. Okay? So, 2 over 5 na ang ating sagot. Okay? Kasi yun na yung lowest term. Bakit? Kasi tingnan nyo ha, yung 3 over 5 times 2 over 3. Pag minultiply mo yan, ano magiging sagot? 3 times 2, 6. Okay? Then, 5 times 3, 15. 6 over 15, wala din naman dyan sa choices. Kung nasa choices man, hindi pa rin po yun yung magiging sagot kasi hindi pa rin yan lowest term. Not unless wala sa choices si 2 over 5. Kung wala sa choices si 2 over 5, nandun sa 6 over 15, then that's the time na pwede mong tanggapin si 6 over 15. Sir, paano kung nagkasabay sila? 2 over 5 po yung sagot kasi nakasimplify. Lagi namang utos yan sa math. Now, we always simplify the final answer. Kasi kung hindi yan nakasimplify, hindi pa yan yung final answer. Okay po. So, next one. Ito. So dito, in an office of 50 government employees, 30 are cross-trained in data analytics, 20 are cross-trained in project management, and 10 are cross-trained in both. If an employee is selected at random for a new assignment, what is the probability that the employee is cross-trained in analytics or data analytics or project management? Is that letter A, 4 over 5, B, 3 over 5, C, 1 over 5, or D, 2 over 5? Okay? Ito lang po, medyo, ano lang to, medyo mas komplikado lang. Bakit? Kasi binigyan ka ng 30 na trained lang sa data analytics. 'Di ba? Oh. 30 ang trained lang sa data analytics, 20 are trained lang sa project management, and 10 are cross-trained in both. Okay? Kung mapansin nyo, pag tinotal nyo yan, 30 plus 20 plus 50, that's equal to 60. Kaya ang sabi dito, 50 are government employees. So, dun lang tayo medyo magkakaroon ng problema. Okay? Kasi sir, paano hanapin to? Or probabilities to. Alam natin, pag si or probabilities ang ginagawa, ina-add lang. Tama po? Pero, dahil may binigay sa'yo na both, okay? Kasi andito sa problem natin, pinapahanap lang sa'yo yung either train kay data analytics or kay project management. Pwede bang both? Bawal. Dahil bawal si both, ano ang gagawin natin dito? Sundan natin yung formula na probability of A or B will be equal to the probability of A plus the probability of B minus the probability of A and B. Oh, for example, sino si probability of A dito? For example, i-assign natin si data analytics. Pag kay data, ito yung A. Si project management, ito yung B. Okay? O, gawin natin. So, the probability of A or B, kasi ito yung hinahanap sa problem. Ano probability ni data analytics? We have 30. Tama? That's 30 over 50 kasi sabi 50 government employees lang yan. Plus the probability of B. Ano bang probability ni project management? 20 over 50. Okay? Minus the probability of A and B. Sir, saan manggagaling si A and B? Probability of A and B. Eh di doon sa both. Okay? Yun sa both naka-trained. Okay? So, merong 10 are cross-trained in both. So, 10 over 50. Okay? So, 30 plus 20 minus 10. So, 30 plus 20, that's 50. Minus 10, that would be 40 over 50. Or that is simply 4 over 5. Okay? Sir, bakit hindi na lang natin pinag-add? Si 30 plus 20, edi magiging 50 over 50. So, that would be equal to 1. Una, wala nga siya sa choices. Diba? Hindi yun yung tamang sagot. Wala siya sa choices eh. Okay? And tandaan, pag sinabing or, ibig sabihin, bawal parehas. Kunyari sinabi, cross-trained in data analytics or project management. Either marunong lang siya kay data analytics or ang alam lang niya ay project management. Bawal yung alam niya yung parehas. Kaya po nag-minus tayo ng 10/50. Okay? So, pag ganyan, medyo komplikado lang. Pero kasi mapapansin mo rin naman yan, pag inad mo lahat, so sobra siya. 30 are trained in data analytics, 20 are trained in project management, 10 are cross-trained in both. So, magiging 60 na siya. 50 nga lang yung empleyado. Anong meron sa 10? Ghost employees? Ano ba yon? Okay? So, di ba? So, it would make sense na ang gagawin natin, mag-minus po talaga tayo. Okay, sorry. So, ayun po ha. Next one. A supply cabinet contains 5 black pens, 3 blue pens, and 2 red pens, a total of 10 pens. An administrative officer randomly picks one pen, notes its color, places it back inside the cabinet, and then randomly picks a second pen. What is the probability that the first pen pick is black and the second pen pick is red? So dito, may panibagong idea na inintroduce sa atin dito. Okay? So hinahanap natin is probability that the first is black. Okay? Then, red. Kung mapansin ninyo, hindi ko sinulat siya na black and red. Hindi ganon. Ang sinulat ko is black, then red. Bakit? Kasi, nagkaroon ng word na first, nagkaroon ng word na second. Na-require po na dapat yung una mong mapipili ay black, yung pangalawa ay red. Okay? And then, ano pang meron dito? Nilagay din po yung words na places it back. Kasi meron po tayo sa probability na tinatawag na with replacement tsaka without replacement. So dito, ito po ay example ng with replacement probability. Ibig sabihin, ibinalik. Pag ibinalik po, ganun pa rin yung total number of outcomes. Bakit? Kasi imagine ninyo, may black pens, may 3 blue pens, and may 2 red pens. Okay? Kapag kumuha ko, tapos binalik ko, tapos may susunod na kumuha, okay? Yung total number na pinagpilian ko would be the same number na pagpipilian ng pangalawang taong kukuha. Tama po? So, may 10 pen akong pinagpilian, 5 nga doon ay black, 3 doon ay blue, 2 doon ay red. Yun yung pinagpilian ko. Tapos, after kong kumuha, nagsulat na ako, binalik ko ulit. So, yung susunod na tao na pipili ng ballpen doon, parehas lang kami ng number of pens, parehas lang kami ng mga options sa pinagpilian. Sir, kailan ba naiiba yung pagpipilian? Naiiba po yung pagpipilian kapag ang sinabi ay without replacement. For example, kumuha ko dun sa out of the 10 pens, kumuha ko ng isang pen. Hindi ko binalik. Dinala ko na sa table ko. Yung susunod na kukuha ng ballpen, 10 pa rin ba yung pagpipilian niya? Hindi na. Magiging 9 na lang. Kasi yung isa nga, nasa akin na. Hindi ko binalik. Okay? So doon magkakaroon ng pagbabago sa total number of possible outcomes. Kasi yung akin ang possible outcomes ko ay 10. Total number of possible outcomes ko ay 10. Yung kanya, 9 na lang kasi nabawasan ko na po. So dahil dito, binalik daw, sabi, places it back. Ano ba ang probability of getting a black pen? So meron kang 5 black pen dyan over 10 times, okay? Times, red pen naman daw. Red pen, 2 pens, 2 red pens yan, 10 ulit. Okay? So, that would be equal to, ito pwede nating simplify. Okay? Si 5 tsaka si 10, they're both divisible by 5. So, ito ay magiging 1, ito ay magiging 2. Okay? Oh. Si 2 tsaka si 2, parehas yan. So, magiging 1 to, magiging 1 yung nasa baba. So, ano na lang natira? 1 times 1, 1. 10 times 1, 10. So, our answer is 1 over 10. Okay? Ano ba ang mangyayari kapag ginawang without replacement? Paano pag without replacement? Ano ba ang mangyayari? Papakita ko sa inyo, ha? Okay, kapag without replacement, ano mangyayari? Magiging 5 over 10 times 2 over 9. O, bakit naging 2 over 9? Kasi nabawasan na nga po ng isa. Eh sir, bakit 2 pa rin yun? Bakit 2 pa rin? Hindi na lang ba magiging 1? Kasi yung una ko naman pong kinuha ay black, hindi naman po red. So, hindi apektado yung favorable outcomes. Ang apektado lang po ay si total outcomes. Ano na magiging sagot dito? Ito, pwede mo i-cancel, i-cancel. So, ito yung magiging 5, ito ay magiging 1. O, 5 tsaka 5, magiging 1 tsaka 1. Ano magiging sagot? Magiging 1 over 9. Okay? So, 1 over 9 siya kapag without replacement. Pag with replacement, 1 over 10 po. Okay? So, ganun lang naman po siya kadali. Let's have another example. Using the same supply cabinet from question 1, 5 black pens, 3 blue pens, and 2 red pens, a clerk randomly picks 2 pens, one after the other, without replacement. O dito sinabi na without replacement. What is the probability that both pens picked are blue? Oh, probability of blue, then blue. Bakit then ulit? Kasi sabi dito, one after the other. Hindi naman sinabing sabay. Okay? So, ano ang probability ng blue? So, blue pen, we have 3 blue pens. So, 3 over 10. Eh, dahil sinabi nga na without replacement, hindi ibinalik. Ano na magiging ano? Ano na ang total? Ay, ano na ang favorable number of outcome? Tatlo pa rin ba? Ang blue pens doon sa lagayan? Hindi na, magiging 2 na lang siya. Kasi nabuwasan mo na, kumuha ka na nga ng blue nung umpisa. So, dahil nakuha mo na yung unang blue, dalawang blue na lang yung natitira, tapos, mayroon na lang na 9 na pens doon sa loob ng cabinet. O, ito, pwede nating i-simplify. O, 2 tsaka 10, so magiging 1 tsaka 5. Yung 3 tsaka 9, magiging 1 tsaka 3. Anong sagot? 1 times 1, 1. 5 times 3, that would be 15. So, 1 over 15, that is letter A. Okay po? Kasi kung hindi mo yan isi-simplify sa umpisa, ano magiging sagot? 3 times 2, magiging 6. 10 times 9, that would be 90. Okay, 6 over 90. Wala po sa choices. So, kailangan mo pa yan paliitin ng paliitin. Okay? So, kaya naman yan. Wala naman pong problema. Okay po? Pero yun nga lang, yung pag natutunan nyo po talaga yung pagka-cancel na ginagawa ko, mas madali na pong mag-simplify. Actually, hindi na kayo mag-simplify kasi sinimplify mo na siya sa umpisa. Sa dulo, nakasimplify na po talaga yon. Okay? So, sabi ko nga dun sa mga naunang video, ang pagsisimplify po, hindi lang naman nasa hulihan yan or pagtapos ka na. Pwede mo rin yan gawin sa umpisa para madali. Okay po? Ngayon, tapos na tayo with the probability problems. Ngayon, let's now proceed with the simple interest, markup, and the discount. So, ito, pupunta na tayo sa business math. Okay po? So, more on kaperahan na yung mga pinag-uusapan dito. Okay? So, simple interest. So, the formula for simple interest helps you find the interest amount if the principal amount, rate of interest, and the time periods are given. Dito, just simply take note na the time period should be always in years. Lagi po tayo naka-years, ha? So, our formula for the simple interest is equal to PRT. Okay? Or yung iba, sinusulat na I is equal to PRT. P is the principal. Ito yung amount. R is for rate. Ito yung may percentage. Then time, ito laging nasa years. Okay po? Paano pag hindi naka-years, you have to convert it into years. Principal amount, ito yung perang inutang mo, pinahiram mo. Okay? Or ipinasok mo sa bangko. Ganyan. Kasi di ba pag pinasok ang pera sa bangko, nagkakaroon din po ng interest. Okay? So, yun po siya. So, S is simple interest, I is for the interest, R is for the interest rate in percentage, time, duration in years. Okay? P is for the principal amount nga po. So, for example, dito, si Elena borrowed 15,000 from a local cooperative at a 4% simple interest rate to start a small business. How much will she pay in interest after 2 years? So A, 600, B, 900, C, 1,200, or letter D, 1,500. So balikan natin, the formula for the simple interest is equal to PRT. So our principal amount, magkano ba yung inutang ni Elena? Meron siyang inutang na 15,000 times ang ating rate. O, hindi natin po kayang solve using a percentage na may percentage symbol. So, we have to change it into decimal form. So, 4% in decimal form is 0.04. Okay? Times 2. Okay? So, ayan. So, bahala na po kayo kung paano nyo siya isa-solve. Pwede nyo unahin si 15,000 times 0.04. Okay? O, 15,000 times 0.04. Okay? So, that would be 0.004 times 5, 20, 0, carry 2. 4 times 1, 4 plus 2, that is 6. Okay? So, may dalawang number after the decimal point. So, dalawang number din after the decimal point. So, we have 600. Tapos, times 2 na lang. So, that would be equal to 1,200. Okay? So, 1,200. Okay? So, ayan lang naman siya. Okay po? So, medyo madali naman si interest. Ang aking ibibigay lang po dito, una, kailangan po tama yung pagko-convert natin from percentage to decimal. Kasi yung iba dyan nalilito. Yang 4% ginagawa nilang 0.40 yan. Mali po yun ha, 0.4 po yun. Dalawa pong decimal places ang kailangan. Okay? Move mo ng dalawang decimal places pag gagawin nyo pong decimal ang percentage. Percentage to decimal, move the decimal point twice, papunta po sa left. Okay? Pag decimal naman, papuntang percentage, you move the decimal point twice to the right naman. Okay? Yun lang po ang ating paalala. Kaya nga po sabi ko sa inyo, well-designed po yung ating review program. Lalo po pagdating po sa math. So, kung yung mga unang video po ay hindi nyo masyado pinanood, hindi kayo masyado nag-pay attention, just because alam nyo na, okay? Baka mamaya po kasi may mga makaligtaan kayo, mawala po sa isip ninyo. Okay? Malaking tulong po yung mga unang video ko kasi there are foundation po. Okay? Na mga aaralin po natin sa mga susunod pang videos. Okay? So, sana, kung hindi man pinanood, nagsagot lang bigla ng formative assessment, sana ni-recall nyo rin po sa utak ninyo. Okay, sana tiningnan nyo rin kung ano yung mga kung ano yung mga topics na diniscuss ko doon, recall nyo sa sarili ninyo. Okay, kung naaalala pa ba talaga o hindi na. Okay? So, once again, para po sa inyo, yung pag-video po namin, mga lecture, para sa inyo po yung ginawang programa po ng Smart Thai Training Institute. Okay? Rest assured naman po na ito po ay pinag-isipan namin talaga ng maigi. Lalo na pangatlong program naman na to, pangatlong run na namin to ng review program. So, I think hindi naman kami aabot ng pangatlo kung hindi naman namin na ipapakita na may results tayo. Ha? So, please, tiwala kami sa inyo na nagre-review kayo kahit asynchronous ito. Tiwala rin po sana kayo sa amin na ginagawa namin yung best namin para po sa inyo. Okay? So, ayan, nag-sermon na naman siya. Hindi, pero yun lang po, ha? So, next one. Let's have the next one, the next problem. Ito, David borrowed 12,000 pesos from a local cooperative at a simple interest rate of 4% per year. If he paid the total interest of 1,200, for how many years did he borrow the money? So, A, 2 years, B, 2.5 years, letter C, 3 years, or letter D, 3.5 years. So, dito, kung mapapansin, ano bang given natin? Binigyan tayo kung magkano yung inutang nyo. 12,000 or ni David rather. Hindi kayo yung may utang. Mga sabihin si Sir naman, nag-review lang kami, nagkautang pa. We are given 4% of interest rate. We are also given the interest na binayaran, 1,200. Ang tinatanong, how many years? So, ang hinahanap natin dito ay time. Tanong, paano natin kukunin ang formula ng time? Di ba meron tayong formula na I is equal to PRT? So, kung time po ang hinahanap natin, kailangan si time walang katabi, walang kasama. So, si PR, paano matatanggal dito? So, you divide both sides by PR. O, PR na to, makakancel, matitira na lang si T. So, magiging I over PR is equal to the time. So, ayan na yung formula ng time. So, time is equal to I over PR. O ngayon, binigyan ba tayo ng I? Yes, 1,200. Binigyan ba tayo ng principal amount? Yes, we have 12,000. Binigyan tayo ng rate? Yes, 4% or 0.04. Okay? 12,000 times 0.04. O, ayan muna yung kunin natin. 12,000 times 0.04. So, 0.0084. Sir, ba't hindi mo na minumultiply yung dalawa pang 0? Eh, 0 lang din naman yun. Wala na po may dadagdag na value yun. Okay, so ayan lang tayo. 48,000. So, we have two numbers after the decimal point. So, kailangan lang din ng two numbers after the decimal point. So, we have here 480. Okay? So, we have 1,200 divided by 480. Okay? So, dito, pwede nyo nang i-divide yan or ang gawin natin, cancel mo muna to isang 0 dyan, tapos isang 0 sa baba. Para 180 divided by 418, 48 na lang tayo. Okay? So, 120 divided by 48. Okay? So, ilang 48 ba ang meron sa 120? Dalawa. Pag tatlo, so sobra na. So, dalawa lang. 2 times 48, that would be equal to, okay, 96. So, 120 minus 96, that would be 24. O si 24, kung mapapansin, kalahati ni 48. So, kung magdagdag ka man ng 0 dyan, magdagdagan ng 0 dito, magkakaroon lang ng decimal point na doon after ng 2. So, 240 divided by 48, that is simply 5. So, 5 times 48, that is equal to 240. So, may X na yan. So, our answer for this one is 2.5 years. Okay? So, 2.5 years po ang naging utang ni David. Okay, na nagkakahalagang 12,000 na mayroong interest rate na 4%, kaya po siya nagbayad ng 1,200 na total interest. Okay? So, ganun po ha. Yung formula po ng PRT, pwede nyong kunin sa formula ng interest. Okay? Mag-ano lang kayo dyan. Example pa. Carlo borrowed 8,000 from a credit cooperative at 6% annual simple interest rate. How much will he pay in interest after 18 months? Okay? So, interest lang naman ang hinahanap, is equal to PRT. So, our principal is 8,000 times the rate, which is 6%, or that is simply 0.06. Sorry, 0.06. Minsan iba talaga yung sinasabi ko sa sinusulat ng kamay ko. 0.06 times, kung mapapansin, ang binigay natin dito ay 18 months. E tandaan, ang time po ay laging naka-years. Anong gagawin natin? So, sa 18 months, gawin lang natin na 18 divided by 12. Bakit 16? 18 divided by 12. So, that would be 8,000 times 0.06. So, 8,000 times 0.06, that would be 0.0084. Okay? So, dalawang number after the decimal point. So, dalawa, we have 480. So, 480 times, okay. Ito po kung mapapansin, sa 18 over 12, that could be simplified as ilan? So, kung 6 yan, we have 3 over 2. Diba? So, ayan. So, 480, si 480 pwede mo yung gawing fraction. So, 480 over 1. So, 480 over 1 times 3 over 2. So, pwedeng i-simplify. Si 2, magiging 1. Si 480, magiging ilan na lang? 240. Okay? 240 times 3, that is 720. 1 times 1, 1. So, pwede nang hindi isulat yung 1 sa ilalim. So, we have 720. Okay? Kung ayaw nyo po na mag-operation ng fraction, yung 3 over 2, pwede nyo gaming decimal. Ang 3 over 2 po ay equal lang kay 1.5. So, gawin nyo, pwede 1.5 times 480. Okay? Makukuha nyo rin po doon si 720. Pero kasi, yun nga, magde-decimal ka, padaan ka pa ng decimal. Eh, kung ayan, 240 times 3, 720. Kayang-kaya naman. 'Di ba? So, mas kaya. Bahala po kayo. Once again ako dito, binibigyan ko lang po kayo ng options to solve. Siguro naman by now na-realize nyo na hindi po ako sobrang pushy kung paano kayo mag-solve. Hindi rin po ako yung type ng lecturer na ito yung gawin nyo, ito yung pinakamabilis na paraan na alam ko. Hindi rin po ako ganun. Ako po, present ko sa inyo yung iba't ibang paraan ng pagsasolve. Kayo na po ang bahala mag-decide kung saan kayo nabibilisan, kung saan po kayo kung ano yung solving na mas nauunawaan ninyo. Kasi sabi ko nga, we only have few months left and hindi lang naman math yung aaralin ninyo for those months. Okay? So, kung ano po yung sanay na kayo, yun na po yung gawin ninyo, pabilisin na lang po natin. Yun na yung lagi ko sinasabi, pabilisin na lang natin. Kasi sa math, minsan hindi naman talaga sobrang hirap na math, kulang lang sa oras. Kasi oras talaga yung kalaban natin. Okay? Next, dito. Mrs. Reyes invested 20,000 in a savings account that offers 4% simple interest rate per year. If she does not withdraw any amount, what will be the total amount or the maturity value in her account after 5 years? We have 20,800, 4,000, 24,000, or 25,000. Paano ba kinukuha ang maturity value or yung M natin? Maturity value is equal to the principal plus the interest or pwedeng S. Bahala kayo. Okay? This is the interest po, total interest na meron or yung ating simple interest kanina. So dito, paano natin dito, may binigay ba na interest na babayaran, yung total interest? Wala pa. So hanapin mo muna si PRT. Okay? Actually, may formula kami para makuha yung maturity value na tuloy-tuloy. Mamaya, ibibigay ko rin sa inyo. So, I is equal to PRT. So, I is equal to principal, 20,000 yung kanyang in-invest. Ang rate niya ay 4%, so 0.04. Ang time niya ay 5 years. So, we have here 20,000 times 0.04. So, 20,000 times 0.04. So, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Apat na 0, tapos 8. Dalawang number ang after the decimal point. So, dalawa din dapat. So, we have 800. So, we have here 800 times 5. Times 5, that would be equal to 4,000. Okay? So, ngayon, pwede mo nang kunin yung maturity value. So, the principal plus the interest. So, ang principal mo ay 20,000, yung in-invest niya na total, plus 4,000 na interest after 5 years. So, we have 24,000. Okay? So, for letter C, we have 24,000. Ano yung formula ng maturity value na direkta na kahit hindi mo muna kunin si interest? So, ang formula natin dyan is equal to P times 1 plus RT. Okay? P times 1 plus RT. So, anong mangyayari dito? Try natin i-solve using this formula, ha? 20,000 times 1 plus, ang rate natin ay 0.04 times 5. Diba? So, we have 20,000 times 1 plus 0.04 times 5, that would be 0.2. Tama po? Okay? So, we have 0.2 plus 1, so that is 1.2. Okay? So, mangyayari na dito, wait lang, 0.2, hindi ko pala naisulat. So, we have 20,000 times 1.2. Okay? So, try to solve that one. So, 20,000 times 1.2, that would give you the same answer, which is 24,000. Parehas lang po yung magiging sagot. Okay po? So, ayan, pasensya na. Papangit na ng papangit. Lumiliit na yung espasyo. Okay? So, once again, if you are looking for the maturity value, pwedeng, ang gawin mo muna, separate na kunin mo muna yung interest, which is PRT, tas i-add mo na lang yung principal. Okay? Or, kung gusto mo naman, you use the formula for the maturity value. Maturity value is equal to P times 1 plus RT. Diretso na po iyon. Okay? Ito kasing P times 1 plus RT, usually nire-recommend ko siya kapag pwedeng gumamit ng calcu. Okay? Mas madali kasi siya. Mas madali siyang i-type sa calcu kasi hindi na redundant na i-type mo ulit yung principal ng paulit-ulit. Isang type lang kay principal. Pero dahil kayo nga po ay hindi gumagamit ng calculator or bawal gumamit ng calculator for the civil service examination, kung ano na lang po yung mas madali sa inyo. Okay po? So, ayan, binigay naman natin parehas, ha? Kung ano po yung mas naiintindihan ninyo, yung i-separate ba muna si I, tapos i-add na lang si P sa dulo, or kung gusto mo isang bagsakan, wala din naman pong problema. Next, paano naman kung gantong klase ng problem? An investment of 10,000 earned 500 in simple interest over 6 months. What was the annual interest rate? Is that letter A, 2.5%, letter B, 5%, letter C, 10%, or letter D, 12%? Kung mapapansin, sino nawawala? Si rate, si R. Okay? Balikan na yung formula. I is equal to PRT. Kung si R yung nawawala, dapat si R yung walang kasama, walang katabi. So, divide both sides by PT. So, maka-cancel to, maka-cancel to, maka-cancel to, maka-cancel to. So, magiging formula niya ay R is equal to I over PT. Okay? So, ang ating ang ating pong interest na binigay, magkano daw? Nag-earn siya ng 500 na simple interest. So, we have 500 divided by the principal o yung kanyang ininvest, 10,000, times the time, 6 months. Sabi nga natin, kapag months, kailangan niya divide mo by 12. So, 6 over 12. Okay? Tandaan po, si 6 over 12 ay parehas kay 1 half. So, 500 times 1 times 10,000. 500 over 10,000 times 1 half. So, ano bang kalahati ng 10,000? So, that's 5,000. So, we have 500. Sorry, ba't ako naglagay ng ano? 500 over 5,000 na lang po ito. So, ngayon, cancel mo yung dalawang 0. Cancel yung dalawang 0. So, meron tayong 5 over 50. So, ang 5 over 50, that could be low. Pwede pa natin siya i-lowest term. They're both divisible by 5. So, 5 divided by 5, that would be 1. 50 divided by 5, that would be 10. So, 1 over 10 in decimal, that is 0.10. Or in percentage, that is 10%. Okay? So, that is letter C, 10%. Okay po? So, students or reviewees, mahalaga yung mga pinag-aralan natin noong umpisa, yung pagka-convert ng mabilis, yung mga tips and tricks na binigay ko sa inyo. So, pagka-convert, please use those. Okay? Kasi mas mapapadali ang buhay natin. Next one, for the discount. So, alam naman natin pag discount ano nangyayari? Bumababa ang presyo. So, discount, tsaka yung sale price. Pag sinabing discount, it is computing how much is saved by multiplying the original price by the percentage of discount. While for the sale price, it is the original price minus the discount. Okay? Yung discount, magkano yung natipid mo? Yung sale price, magkano na yung presyo after the discount? Okay? Then the percent of discount, that is the percent of decrease, magkano yung ibinaba. Okay? So ito, magagamit natin kapag may mga sale sa SM, sa Watsons, at sa kung saan-saan pa. Okay? So discount price is equal to the discount rate times the original price. The sale price is equal to the original price minus the discount price. While the sale price, pwede rin natin siyang kunin using the formula of the original price times 100% minus the discount rate. Okay? Ito, feeling ko nga dapat medyo familiar na kayo with the sale price. Why? Parehas to kay percentage decrease. Okay? Kung naaalala nyo, wait lang, tingnan ko kung nandito yung formula. Kung nandito yung lesson natin about sa percentage decrease. Yung mga, huh? Ayan, wait lang, ito. Ayan, ito. Kung natatandaan nyo pa tong lesson natin, ayan, yung decrease 96 by 18%. So, yung nagma-minus tayo sa 100% nung percent na ibababa, tapos minumultiply natin doon sa original na number. Di ba ganun lang din naman yan? Katulad din yan nitong bago nating aaralin na discount. Wait lang, balik ulit tayo. Ayan. O ito yung nagma-minus ka sa 100% ng discount rate, tapos i-multiply mo doon sa original price. Di ba parehas lang sila? So, ayan. Ganun lang din yung gagamitin natin kay sale price para lang din siyang percentage decrease. Okay? So, ngayon, let's have an example. Example. If a 2,000 dress is sold for 1,600, what is the rate of the discount? Is that letter A, 20%? Letter B, 10%? Letter C, 15%? Or letter D, 25%? Okay? Oh. May ipapakita ulit ako sa inyo. Okay? Na parehas lang dito. Hinahanap natin yung rate of discount. Tama? Rate of discount. Gaano yung percentage na ibinaba? That is the same with... Balikan natin para alam nyo kung saan siya nanggagaling. Nakaparehong topic. Parehas lang siya kay percentage decrease. Ayan. Di ba? Yung original value minus the new value all over original value times 100%. Or yung ginagamit na natin na larger minus smaller over original times 100. Parehas lang yun kung kukunin natin yung percentage. Okay? Kasi 'di ba, pag sinabi nating sale price or percentage ng sale, sorry, wait lang, saan na yan? Pag hinanap natin yung rate of discount, kaya hinahanap din natin yung rate ng pagbaba niya. Percentage decrease din yun. Tama? So, paano natin to isa-solve? So, pwede natin gamitin yung formula. So, to find the discount rate, okay? So, sa discount rate, pwede naman natin siyang, okay? Pwede natin yung binigay dito, pwede rin natin itong gamitin. Yung discount price is equal to the discount rate times the original price. Okay? Pero kasi if we are to use that, medyo mas maproblema pa. Okay? Ako, I would highly suggest na gamitin na natin yung sige, gamitin muna natin yung inaral natin na percentage decrease. So larger number 2,000 minus the smaller number 1,600. Okay? Divided by the original amount which is 2,000 times 100. So meron tayong 2,000 minus 1,600, so that's 4,000 all over 2,000 times 100. Okay? So, mayroon tayong 4,000 divided by, 400. Bakit 4,000? Sorry. Nagkamali lang. Tao lang. 400 over 2,000. So, ilang 400 meron sa 2,000? meron tayong 1/5. Tama po? Times 100. Okay? So, 1/5 times 100, ito pwede natin gawing fraction. So, 100/1. So, 5 magiging 1. 100 divided by 5, 20. So, that would be 1 times 20, that's 20. 1 times 1, 1 pa rin. So, we have 20%. Okay? So, letter A, 20%. Okay? So, kung gagamitin natin, sorry, balik lang natin ha. Pwede kasi natin gamitin tong formula na to. Itong DP is equal to the discount price is equal to the discount rate times the original price. Bakit? So, kung kukunin natin si discount rate, anong mangyayari? Si original price, lipat mo sa kabila. So, magiging discount price all over original price. Okay? So, ayan yung gagamitin mo. Discount price all over the original price. Pero kung titingnan, dito sa problem, meron kang original price. Ito yung original price mo. Etong 1.6, hindi ito yung discount price. Ito po ay sale price. Bakit? Uy, kung 2,000 yung 2,000 yung dress, tapos ang discount mo 1,600, magkano lang yun? 400 na lang ba? Hindi. Binenta mo siya, sale price, 1,600. So, magkano yung magiging discount price mo dito? So, ang discount price mo dyan ay 400. So, kung gagamitin natin, yung discount rate is equal to the discount price all over the original price. So, magiging 400 all over all over 2,000. So, that would be equal to 400 over 2,000, that would be equal to 1/5. Ano ang 1/5 sa decimal? So, that would be 0.20. So, 0.20 kung gagawin mong percentage, that's 20%. So, parehas lang din po yung magiging sagot. So, ito, I would recommend, gamitin nyo na yung formula natin dito sa percentage increase, percentage decrease pagdating sa rate of discount. Okay? Para mas madali kasi sanay na kayo doon. Pero kung gusto nyo itong kabila, okay lang din naman. Pero yun nga, sabi ko nga, with this problem, kailangan mo pang kunin mo na yung discount price, which is 2,000 minus 1,600. Okay? So, yun lang po. Next one. Dito. Um, After receiving a 40% discount, Matt paid 2,400 for a tablet. What is the regular price of the tablet? So, ang hinahanap naman dito, yung original price. Okay? Original price. So, ano ba ang given? Identify muna natin. Ano ba yung mga given sa kanya? Discount rate na ilan? 40%. Next, sale price. Kasi yun na yung binenta ng 2,400. Okay? So, ayan. Yan lang yung given sa atin. Balikan natin yung formula kanina. Discount price, discount rate, tsaka sale price yung meron tayo. Ano sa mga formula yung may discount rate, tsaka sale price? Okay? Ang may discount rate at sale price ay ito, discount rate, sale price. So, ito yung pwede natin gamitin. Okay? So, balik na tayo dun sa problema. Ay, sorry. Ayan. So, doon sa formula doon, we have the sale price is equal to the original price, okay, times 100% minus the discount rate. Okay? So, ito yung formula na pwede natin gamitin. Bakit? Nandito kasi yung dalawang given na meron tayo. Sale price at discount rate. Okay? So, sale price, discount rate. Anong gagawin natin? Ang hinahanap kasi natin ay si original price, yung regular price. So, ito si original price, kailangan mag-isa walang katabi. So, anong gagawin? You divide both sides by 100% minus discount rate. So, meron din dito. So, 100% minus discount rate. So, ito makakancel. Anong mangyayari sa formula? Original price or yung ating regular price is equal to the sale price all over 100% minus the discount rate. So, we'll have here, sale price is 2,400. Pasok na natin yung mga given. All over 100% minus the discount rate which is 40%. So we have 2,400, okay, divided by 60%, okay? So meron tayong, if we are to write it, we have 2,400 divided by 0.6, okay? O, divide natin, 2,400 divided by 0.6. So, move tayo isang decimal place. Tama. Isa. So, mag-move ka rin ng isa. Magdadagdag ka ng isang 0. So, 2 divided by 6 cannot be. So, 24 divided by 6, that would be 4. 4 times 6, that's 24. So, magiging 0 na. Dagdag ka na lang ng tatlong 0. So, our answer is 4,000. So, letter C, 4,000. Okay? So, dito, students, kailangan matuto tayo mag-manipulate ng formula. Okay? So, ayun po. Kung mapapansin lang naman dito, anong ginawa ko? Bakit nagkaroon, ba't nalipat si 100% minus DR? Kung mapapansin ninyo kasi, may multiplication dyan sa gitna. So, ang operation, i-multiply talaga si original price kay 100% minus discount rate. So, dahil multiplication yun in between of them, tapos nakasulat naman yan sa loob ng parenthesis, si 100% minus discount rate, so considered siya as 1. Okay? So, ano bang kabaliktaran ng multiplication? So, division. Kaya po ako nag-divide both sides ng 100% minus DR. Sir, kailangan po ba both sides talaga? Yes po. Bakit? Kasi kung ano yung gagawin mo sa left side, kailangan mo rin pong gawin sa right side kapag nagmamanipulate ka ng formula. Okay, kung ayaw nyo naman ng pagmamanipulate ng formula, kabisaduhin nyo na lang to. Original price is equal to the sale price divided by 100% minus discount rate. Pwede nyo naman ng kabisaduhin yan. Okay? Pero yun nga, once again, kung magaling kayo, kaya nyo mag-manipulate ng formula in the proper way, okay? Kahit isang formula lang yung alam ninyo, kaya nyo makuha yung formula ng ibang, yung iba na pwedeng isolve. Okay po? Next, what is the sale price if the t-shirt is sold regularly at 1,250 with a discount rate of 25%? O, anong sabi? Sale price is equal to the original price. Paano ba kinukuha si sale price? Di ba original price yan minus the discount price? Tama po? Yung original, ma-minusan mo ng discount price, yun na si sale price. Paano kinukuha si discount price? Di ba si discount price ay, okay, that is your original price times the discount rate. Di ba? Si discount price, para makuha mo yan, original price times discount rate lang naman yan. Tama po? So, SP is equal to the original price. Ano original price daw? Sold regularly at 1,250. 1,250 minus 1,250 times, ano yung discount rate natin? 25%. That is 0.25. Okay? So, ayan. Ngayon, 1,250 times 0.25. Multiply muna natin yung dalawa. 0, 5 times 5, that's 25, carry 2. 5 times 2, 10 plus 2, 12, carry 1. 5 times 1, 5 plus 1, 6. 1 to 50, that is 2, 5. 0, 0, okay, 5, 2. Okay, 2, 5 nga. 1 to 50 plus 1 to 50, that's 2,500. Okay? So, 0, 5, 2, 1, 1, 3. 3, 1, 2, 5. 0. We have two numbers after the decimal point, so two numbers then. So our answer is 312.50. So sale price is equal to 1250 minus 312.5. Okay. So 1250 minus 312.5, that would be equal to 937.5. So our sale price would be equal to 937.5. Okay? After yung 1,250 mo na original price, for example, that is a shirt or bumili ka ng damit sa Uniqlo kasi feeling mo nakakaluwag-luwag ka na. Okay? Di ba tayo mga hindi dati afford ang Uniqlo? So, ayan, isang t-shirt, 1,250. Eh, nakita mo naka 25% discount sila. Gusto mo malaman kung magkano na yung bagong presyo. So, ayan na yung bagong presyo. 937.5. Okay? Yung dating 1,250, less than 1,000 na lang. E di lalo ka pang natuwa. Di ba? Okay? Pwede mo rin yung kunin gamit yung formula natin na, yun, di ba may isa pa tayong formula? Yung SP is equal to, sale price is equal to the original price times 100% minus the discount rate. Di ba? May formula rin tayong ganyan. So, pwede rin yan. 1,250 times 100% minus discount rate, 75% na siya. So, ayan. 1,250 times 75%, parehas lang yan. Ang magiging sagot ay 937.5. Once again, in-offer ko po sa inyo dalawang paraan kung paano mag-solve. Kayo na po yung bahala kung ano po ang mas madali on your end. Okay? Ako, feeling ko mas madali itong pangalawang binigay ko. Okay? Yung SP is equal to OP times 100% minus discount rate. So, ayan lang. Ang papansinin lang dito, natutunan naman natin yung PEMDAS, di ba? Yung parenthesis, exponent, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. So, kailangan mo unahin yung pagma-minus ng discount rate sa 100% kasi nasa loob sila ng parenthesis bago ka mag-multiply. Okay? So, ayan po. Next one. The sale price of a television set is 7,200. The discount rate is 40%. Find its original price. Okay? Ano kaya ang original price nito? Okay? First, ano unang kailangan gawin? Identify the given. You are given the sale price which is 7,200. You are also given the discount rate which is equal to 40%. Okay? Gamitin natin yung formula na SP is equal to OP times 100% minus a discount rate. Manipulate lang ulit natin. Di ba kanina meron na tayong OP is equal to SP all over 100% minus the discount rate. Di ba may formula na tayong ganyan? So, ayan ay gamitin natin. Original price naman yung pinapahanap. OP is equal to 7,200 divided by 100% minus 40%. That would be 60%. So, that would be equal to 7,200 divided by 0.6. Okay? Oh, 0.6 divided by, i-divide natin si 7,200 by 0.6. Move ng isa. Move ng isa, magiging 0. Okay? 7 divided by 6, that would be 1. 1 times 6, 6. Magiging 12. 12 divided by 6, that's 2. 12, x na. So, dagdagan mo na ng tatlong 0. We have 12,000. Okay? Our original price pala para sa TV na yon ay 12,000. O, imagine niyo yung 12,000 nakuha mo lang ng 7,200. Laking discount yun. Kung may alam po kayo nagbebenta ng ganyan, please let me know. The joke lang. Okay, di ba? Laking discount noon. So ngayon, hindi na tayo basta-basta mauuto ng mga malls or what. Okay? Kaya na nating mag-compute on our own ng sale price and discount price. Okay? Pwede rin natin makuha yung original price talaga. So, kung may mga presyo na mali, ang pagkakaano, pwede nating, di ba? Baka pwede tayong magtanong kung bakit ganun yung presyo. Kasi natutunan ko po kay Sir Arvin, ganito daw po mag-compute niyan. 'Di ba? So, lamang ang may alam. Okay? Hindi naman para awayin agad sila, ha? Okay? Clarify lang natin. Okay po? So, next one. During a midnight sale in a department store, offering a double discount. Wow, naka-double discount. Discount na, diniscountan pa. A pair of shoes originally priced at 2,000 is discounted by 10%. And then an additional 10% is taken off the sale price. What is the final price? 1,600, 1,620, 1,700, or 1,800. Okay? So, ang given sa atin ay original price, which is 2,000. And we have the discount rate. Dalawang discount rate nga actually. Pero dito, kung papansinin natin, ito we have to really analyze the problem. Yung 2,000, diniscountan ng 10,000. Then, an additional 10% is taken off the sale price. Okay? Yung additional 10% po ay ibabawas dun sa sale price na hindi na dun sa original price. Okay? Others kasi anong gagawin nila dito? Pagpapatungin nila yung 10%, so magiging 20% discount. Pero mali po yun, hindi po dapat ganun. Kasi base sa problem, kunin mo daw muna yung 10% na discount, ibawas mo muna siya kay 2,000. Tapos, saka natin babawasan ng another 2,000 yung sale price. So, sale price na, sinale price po ulit. Ganon yung magiging atake po natin. Okay? So, paano ba gagawin dyan? Di ba? We have formula, sale price is equal to the original price times 100% minus the discount rate. Susulat ko agad yung 10% eh. Formula muna. Okay? Pero kayo, pag kayo magsusolve, you don't need to write the formula first. Ako, sinusulat ko para lang ma-remind kayo. Pero kayo, lalo na with the civil service exam, huwag nyo na isulat yung formula muna. Okay? Pero depende pa rin sa atake. Kung gusto nyo, baka mamaya nalilito kayo pag hindi nyo nakikita yung formula, mali yung pagkakalagay ninyo ng given, okay lang din naman. Ha? So, we have here 2,000 times 100% minus 10%, 90%. Okay? So, 2,000 times 90%, that would be 1,800. Okay? Paano natin siya kinuha? O kunin mo, ang pinakamadali, yung iba, sinasabi ng mga student ko, sir, sabihin nila, sir, pwede ba yung 2,000, dahil 10% naman yung discount, kunin ko muna si 10% ni 2,000. Kasi kapag kumuha ka ng 10% ng isang presyo, i-move mo lang yung decimal point ng isang beses. So, example, you have 2,000 here. Taas ko yung sulat. Nandito yung decimal point niyan sa dulo. Kung kukunin mo yung 10% niya, i-move mo lang ng isang movement. So, magiging 2,000. Instead of 2,000, magiging 200 na lang siya. So, ang 10% pala ng 2,000 ay 200. So, ibabawas na lang nila yun. Mini-mental math na lang nila yon. So, 2,000 minus 200, magiging 1,800 po. Okay? Then, the other sale price. So, original price mo na is 1,800. Okay? Times 90% ka ulit. Bakit 90% pa rin? Kasi 100% pa rin minus another 10%. So, 90% pa rin po. So, dito, ano ang 10% ng 180? Or ng 1.8? E di, 180. So, ang ginagawa ng mga ibang student, 180 or 1.8 minus 180. Pwede naman yan. So, that would be 1,620. Okay? So, ganyan yung ginagawa nila. Or, pwede nyo naman i-compute si 90% ng 1.8. Okay? Ito pa rin naman yung lalabas na sagot dyan. Okay? So, this one is... Wait lang. Oo nga, baka medyo malito yung mga hindi manonood. Ayan. So, ayan. Or, pwede rin gawin is 1,800 minus 180. So, 1,620. Para lang mapakita ko na parehas yung sagot. Okay po? So, 1,620. Bakit? Kasi kung ang gagawin po ay 20%, kung yung kanina yung sinabi na 20% yung ibabawas mo, Kung 20% po ng 2,000, that would be 400. So, ang magiging sagot lang ay 1,600 po. Okay? Pero ang sabi kasi ay 10%, then an additional 10% is taken off the sale price. Sa sale price mo ibabawas yung pangalawang 10%. So, 1,620 lang po talaga ang sagot. Okay? Next one. Ito naman, kabaliktaran. Kung kanina si discount ay about kay percentage decrease, si profit, selling price at markup rate naman po ay kay percentage increase. Bakit? Kasi 'di ba kapag tayo po ay nagbi-business, gusto natin may profit, may kita. So ano nangyayari? Nagdadagdag tayo ng presyo. Okay? Mula dun sa ang computation mo lang ng mga lahat ng mga raw prices and all. Syempre, hindi naman pwede na back to, kumbaga, equal lang yung gastos mo dun sa ibebenta mo yung ano, 'di ba? So kailangan may markup rate ka doon para may profit ka. So si profit po is multiplying the initial investment by the percentage of markup. Okay? While sa selling price, ito naman yung initial investment plus the markup. Ito ay kaparehas ni sale price. Pero si sale price pumaba, si selling price pataas. Then si markup rate, parang si discount rate, pero si markup rate nga po ay percent increase. Okay? So profit divided by the investment. So ayan, halos parehas lang din naman sila ng formula. Okay? So si profit lang, pinalitan lang niya si sale price. Okay? Ay si discount price rather. Si markup rate, pinalitan lang niya si discount rate. Si original price, andyan pa rin. Si selling price, that's the same with sale price. Okay? Si profit, pinalitan nga niya si discount price. Okay? So, halos parehas na ng formula. Pinagkaiba lang din po yung kaninang minus, naging plus na dito kasi markup nga po tayo. So, let's have our problems. So, a bookstore bought a novel for 350 and wants to sell it with a 40% markup based on the cost. How much is the markup amount for the novel? Okay? So, for the markup, hinahanap sa atin yung markup. Okay, yung markup, ito po ay same with profit. Kasi ibig sabihin, magkano daw idadagdag mo. So, profit is equal to the original price times the markup rate. Okay? So, ayan. Papangit na ng papangit ang aking sulat. Okay? Isin na natin. MR, markup rate. So, ayan siya. So, ang ating original price is 350 times ang ating markup rate, which is 40% or 0.4. So, that would be equal to 350 times 0.4. That's 0, 0, carry 2. 3 times 4, 12, plus 2, 14. So, may isang number after the decimal point. So, we have 140. So, for the profit, we have 140. Okay? Yung iba na students ko dati, anong ginagawa nila? So, di ba 350 yan? Kukunin mo na nila yung 10%. So, ang 10% ng 350 ay 35. Di ba? Move lang yan. Si 40% po ay parehas lang kay 4 times 10%. Di ba? So, anong gagawin nila? So, 35, imumultiply lang nila yan by 4. So, they'll come up with 140 as well. Okay? Yung iba, ganyan mag-isip. Kumbaga, ano bang tawag sa ganyan? Kino-compartmentalize nila yung pag-iisip. Pag sinabi natin compartmentalize, tama ba yung term ko? Compartment, wait lang. Kailangan tama yung sasabihin ko. Kasi, ayan yung isa sa mahirap if you are the teacher. Students, some of the students would just believe you. Okay? Wait lang. Compartmentalize. Okay? Compartmentalize is the act of dividing something into distinct isolated sections or categories to prevent them from mixing. So, ayan. Compartmentalize ang ginagawa nila. So, instead of thinking of it as 40%, gagawin nila yung 10%, tapos apat na 10%. 'di ba? So, it makes sense naman talaga. Kung ayaw mo mag-multiply ng malalaking numbers, okay, mas madali nga naman yon. Okay? So, depende. Once again, I'm offering you the ways to solve. Bahala na po kayo kung paano siya gagawin. Okay? Next one. A local baker produces bread for 45 pesos per loaf. If he applies a 30% markup based on cost, what is the selling price of one loaf of bread? So dito, selling price na yung kanyang hinahanap. Okay? So selling price, ano ba ang formula natin for the selling price? So selling price is equal to the original price times 100% plus markup rate. So we have 45 pesos times 100% plus 30%. So that would be equal to 45 times 130%, or that would be equal to 45 times 1.3. Tama? So 45 times 1.3. So 5 carry 1. 3 times 4, that's 12, plus 1, that's 13, then 45. So that would be 5, 8, 5. So ilang number after the decimal point? Meron tayong isa. So we have 58.5. 58.5 is the answer. That is the same as 58.50 pesos. Okay? So ayan po. So next one. A vendor bought a t-shirt for 200 and sells it for 280. What is the markup rate based on the cost? Is that letter A, 30%, B, 35%, C, 40%, or letter D, 45%? So sabi ko nga kanina, si markup rate para lang din yan si percentage increase. So markup rate is equal to the larger. Ano ba yung larger? 280. Minus the smaller, 200. All over the original. Ano ang original price? 200. Okay? Times 100. Okay? Yan lang din yung ating formula for the, ano, di ba, percentage increase. Pwede nyo daanin sa ganyan. 280 minus 200, that would be 80. All over 200 times 100. O, pwedeng gawing fraction. 100 tsaka 200, magiging 1 tsaka 2. Si 80, divisible by 2 yan. So, magiging 40, magiging 1. So, 40 times 1, that is equal to 40. 1 times 1, 1. So, we have 40%. Okay? So, ganun lang din po. So, ayan. Sorry. Wait lang po. Ayan, pasensya na po, ako po yung move lang. Kaya ako kinailangan na i-mute. So ayan, once again, katulad nga po ng sinabi ko kanina, si sale price or si discount rate, parehas lang 'yan ng percentage decrease. So, si markup rate, parehas lang din po yan ni percentage increase. So, yung formula po na ginagamit natin for the percentage increase and decrease, na larger number minus a smaller number divided by the original times 100, pwede po natin yung gamitin para po makuha ang markup rate at ang discount rate. Okay? So, yun lang din naman po siya. Hanggang dito lang po yung ating video number 3. Ayan, so we have already discussed yung ating patungkol po sa profit, patungkol kay discount, and for the simple interest, as well as additional problems po pagdating sa probability. Okay? So, ayan po, katulad nga po ng sabi ko nung mga unang review videos natin, sa umpisa, medyo lecture type po talaga siya. Kasi, we need to build up your knowledge, your skills pagdating po sa pagso-solve. Ngayon po, kailangan na natin siyang i-apply sa real life applications. Kaya yung mga kaninang mga medyo abstract topic, katulad ni percentage increase, percentage decrease, ngayon ina-apply na natin siya as ano na talaga, kumbaga real life applications na po. Okay? So that's it for our third video. So now you may proceed with your formative assessment. Then after that, you proceed with the next video na for set 2. Set 2 video 4 na tayo susunod. Okay? So maraming salamat po ulit sa lahat ng nakinig at nagtiis po sa aking boses. Okay? Sa aking mga maraming sinasabi. So ayan po. Thank you everyone, and I hope you all pass the civil service examination test. Examination. Okay, civil service examination. Okay, but may test. Okay, so yun lang po. Maraming salamat. Thank you. God bless everyone.